Good day, everyone. Today on the bench we're going to tie a very simple little nymph that's very productive on a lot of the lakes we fished. It was given to me by a friend of mine in Utah, Morrill Stout, and it's a fly that he used almost exclusively, and well known on Henry's Lake, for example, and many other lakes. It's gaining a lot of reputation. So what we're going to use to tie this fly is we're going to use a 1710 Daiichi number 14 2x long nymph hook. I'm going to use some soft wire. It's the red and small for the rib. Tailing material, I'm going to use some, this is Coq de Leon saddle. It's used basically for dry fly tailing. Very neat. It's got a lot of sheen and little flecks. It's got a lot of mottled effect on the tailing material. You can see that there. That is really good tailing material. And for the collar, I'm just going to use some super saddle here. This is in a brown, a medium brown. And I'm going to tie it exactly the same colors as what was given to me. This dubbing is a wool dub that I blended from some yarn, and my friend actually sent me the yarn that I use here, the exact colorations to it there. It's got predominantly darker brown, it's got a little red and a few other colors in there. Chopped it up very fine, threw it in my blender, and I got enough dubbing to last me a long time. So let's get started and we'll tie one up for you. Put our hook in the vise, start our thread here at the front. I usually leave, where I start my thread, you'll see I got a little space right at the front there I didn't cover. That's kind of a good little measuring tool not to crowd the eye. Remember not to crowd the eye in your flies. And then on the, just going to cut that bottom off there. See on this feather here you get these really nice dark mottled markings in there. That's what I like to use for the tail. I'm going to stand it out straight and then pull it off, so I should have nice equal tips. Set it in at a bit of an angle. I just catch it in there, tie it along, and my tails are a little longer than gap length on this one, I noticed. Tied them a little bit longer. And just wind that down. Cut the butts off. I'm going to bring in my red wire for the rib. Tie it along the top with the shank. And throw a half hitch in. I'm tying with an oar vise here. It's a bit of a dubbing machine. It's like a spinning wheel, but you'll see I can just barely getting the thread covered with this dubbing here, so it's really nice. I like the fiber sticking out from my thread. I know I've watched Morrill tie these by hand. We're just winding it on. You guys that tie with a regular vise, that'll work out fine. You can maybe pick it, but this is a wool dubbing. I use quite a bit of wool dubbing on flies too. It works well. And then we got the body and the taper, just a little stick straight fly. It's nothing, no taper anything to it. For some reason it's, that's what it represents. He said, I'm not sure, but the fish are like eating it, and it's worked through many different hatches. Now I'm just going to take my brown saddle, catch it in the front, right behind the eye, and wind 2 times. This is micro barb, so you got lots of barb count on this. Just a small hackle. Brought my thread in behind the hackle now, and when I tie off, I just pull it back a little bit. I want it tied back a little more merger style, and just a little bit of legs on there, not a lot. He said actually this fly works even without the hackle. He used it that way, and that's about as simple as they come right there. Little Brown, and it is a producing little treat there you want to have in your fly box. And like I say, hope you get some of these tied up. They're very simple to tie. You can hand some out to your buddies, or if you're not able to find all these materials you want, you just want to pick up some, we'll have these available on the website too. sports fishing on the fly. So all the best and have a wonderful day.
To watch all our latest Sport Fishing on the Fly episodes and to order Sport Fishing on the Fly merchandise, head to www.sfotf.ca. And if you would like to book an adventure like this one showing, head to ontheflyadventures.ca and book yourself the trip of a lifetime.